Sure you feel the vibes.
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin coming back to you with another video, and welcome to my NFL 2019 Week 9 game recap between the Carolina Panthers and the Tennessee Titans. The Carolina Panthers pick up the 30-20 win at home against the Tennessee Titans. The Titans move down to 4-5, and the Panthers move up to 5-3, and sort of washed their hands of the embarrassing loss last week to the 49ers, where they got beat down 51-13. But let's get into the keys to victory, keys to the loss, and just go through the numbers. Start with the Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill, 27 of 39, 331 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. I thought he had a good game. People look at the 2 picks, just in the box score, but without seeing the game, that first pick really wasn't on him. A.J. Brown, Tannehill puts it right on the numbers. A.J. Brown pretty much is one of the tip drills, and the defenders in a great spot to pretty much right place, right time. Dante Jackson gets the interception. Can't really put that on Tannehill. It's definitely on A.J. Brown, who you got to catch that. He puts it right on you. You got to catch that. Now, the second interception, that was definitely on Tannehill. He just didn't see Trey Boston pretty much sitting on that route. So definitely that was Tannehill's worst throw of the game. But one thing I like about Tannehill, and the difference between him and Mariota and why he's the starting guy in Tennessee, despite the Dolphins not really wanting him, but it just shows you how bad Mariota is. Mariota does not see the field. He's a one-read guy. It's a lot like Trubisky. Trubisky was a bum this week, by the way. But Mariota doesn't see the field, and he doesn't make quick decisions. Now, he's the better athlete, obviously, but you need a quarterback. You need a guy who can see the field. You need a guy who can make the accurate throws, who can get the ball out of their hands. And Tannehill's been doing that since he's gotten that starting job. So, definitely an upgrade at quarterback with Ryan Tannehill. And I thought he had a good game. The 2 interceptions don't look good in the box score, but his ability to get rid of the ball quick, kind of distribute to a bunch of different guys, getting a bunch of different guys into the offense. They're a better team with him at quarterback. He's more consistent. Looking at Tennessee's rushing, Derrick Henry, 13 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. They had that drive after the second half. That's where he got most of his yards in terms of rushing. The dude was a beast. He kind of wore the Panthers defense down. There was a touchdown they needed. They went down early, 17-0 at halftime, and that was a drive they needed to kind of cut into the lead at the time. And it was a drive where they stuck to the run. A lot of, I thought they would have gotten away from the run because of the score, but it wasn't that much. So the running game was still a part of the offense, and definitely one of their better drives of the game. Ryan Tannehill, 4 carries, 38 yards, and a touchdown, and Dion Lewis, 4 carries and 20 yards. Looking at Tennessee's receiving, A.J. Brown, 4 receptions, 81. Not the greatest first half. Had a couple drops. One led to an interception. Humphreys, 4 receptions for 65. Corey Davis, 4 receptions, 48. Derrick Henry, 3 receptions, 36, and a touchdown. On the touchdown run, he broke at least 2 or 3 tackles on that. Like I said, the dude is once he gets ahead of steam, dude is difficult to bring to the ground. A lot faster than he looks, and you don't see too many guys in the secondary who really want to tackle that guy. Dion Lewis, 5 receptions, 33. Sharp, 2 receptions, 31. Raymond, 2 receptions for 19. And Smith, 3 receptions for 18. Like I said, spreading the ball around. It didn't lead to a bunch of passing touchdowns, but he's getting a bunch of different guys involved. Definitely didn't see that with Mariota. Just saying. Tennessee's defense, the problem with the defense in this game, when the offense did get a score, the defense gave up a score. So it was kind of difficult to get back into the game. They gave up the big rushing touchdown to McCaffrey, which was kind of a backbreaker at that point in the game. But I thought the secondary wasn't too bad in this game. Malcolm Butler did get hurt in this game. He got hurt actually on a touchdown throw. He was out of position, and it was Curtis Samuel went up and got the pass, landed on him. He got hurt from that. But I think they didn't get stops when they didn't get stops when the team really needed a stop. After a score, because the offense comes into the half. They have a really nice drive with Derrick Henry pretty much taking over, and then they give up essentially a touchdown not too soon after that. So, and then this is a team that's been pretty good against the run, but in this game, the Panthers were able to get the yards. They were able to get the scores in the red zone, and that's something that Tennessee really hasn't given up pretty much most of this season in terms of two running backs. But I think the defense, while they were solid against the pass, not necessarily against the run. Moving over to Carolina. Kyle Allen, 17 of 32, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. The thing with Kyle Allen, he did the interception that he had. I was just kind of going to it. It wasn't him, necessarily him. When you see it actually got tipped, because I actually had to keep replaying to see it, and you see the ball gets tipped, and because he's throwing it to the inside of the receiver, and it gets tipped on the outside, and pretty much allowing the guy to pick it off. So I can't put that all on Kyle Allen. Because at first glance, I think that's a really horrible throw, but then you actually see it gets tipped. In this game, the defense was able to get turnovers, which led to some points, and the running game was working. I said in the past, when those two things are working, Kyle Allen, he's fine, but he's not the type of guy who's gonna go out there and go out there, team's struggling. We need you to go out there and make some plays. No, it's a run first team. They're gonna play through McCaffrey, and Kyle Allen needs other things to work for him, to be really effective. He hasn't had the fumble problems. There was a couple of plays where I thought he was gonna fumble. It was a couple of sacks. But he was able to hold on to the ball, which is a surprise to me because, when he first started this season, he was doing a lot of fumbling. But I wouldn't say he was horrible. He made some nice throws. There was one throw. Who was the defender? Dory Jackson. Was it Curtis Samuel? It was a throw to Curtis Samuel, and it's right on the sideline. And it's a really nice throw right over Dory Jackson's hands. It's a really good throw. You see that he can make some really nice throws. Not saying he's terrible. He can make some really nice throws. I just think people tend to overrate Kyle Allen's impact on the team's winning. And there was another throw that he made to DJ Moore. It actually got called incomplete. Of course, it got overturned. And this is a sideline throw near the goal line. And DJ Moore obviously deserves some credit because we deserve most of the credit, but the throw was a tight window throw on the sideline, and that's if your quarterback can make that's kind of the test, the litmus test. If your quarterback can make those throws, these are the throws that you need your quarterback to make. Let me rephrase that. These are the throws that you need your quarterback to make, and that was probably one of his best throws of the season. I have to really go back and look, but that's one of his best throws of the season. But going down, Carolina's rushing. Christian McCaffrey, 24 carries, 146 yards, and two touchdowns. He had a long 58-yard touchdown. And the dude's a beast, man. I believe it was his first rushing touchdown. Just the vision. It just he sees he sees the hole, he cuts back, and decisive. There's no hesitation. And that's one thing people had a problem when the team drafted him, was will he be able to run in between the tackles? He can do it. He's been pretty good on the goal line. He's had a couple of long runs. Now you got to give credit to the blocking on his second touchdown run, but the dude is the offense. He had 3 touchdowns in this game. He had 166 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns. Dude's an animal. Curtis Samuel 1 carry for 10 yards. Reggie Bonifant 3 carries for 6, and really no one else is really worth mentioning. Receiving, DJ Moore 7 receptions, 101 yards. What I liked about him, I believe he had 4 or 5 first downs on his catches. So the guy's making. I mean, he had one catch where it was essentially a wide receiver screen, and he turned it up. It was like 3rd and 13 or something like that, and he turns that into a first down. That is why the Panthers drafted him, because before that, the Panthers really didn't have a guy like that. Really, even before Steve Smith, you could say Ted Ginn was that guy. Ted Ginn's he wasn't really breaking tackles. He was outrunning dudes. But DJ Moore clearly showed that he can break tackles. Now, he's had fumbling issues, definitely earlier this season and his first season. He's done a better job of taking care of the ball. And I thought he had a really good game in this one. Curtis Samuel 3 receptions, 64 yards and a touchdown. He had, like I brought up the touchdown earlier. Really great effort by him. Greg Olsen 3 receptions for 40. Christian McCaffrey 3 receptions and 3 receptions, 20 yards and a touchdown. And Reggie Bonifant 1 reception for 7. And those pretty much, those first 4 guys, those are pretty much the best guys on the team. Really kind of drops off from there. Really no one else really sees the field. So I think with the Panthers, they probably need a big receiver, big goal line receiver that can go over there and make those catches. Seen Curtis Samuel do it a few times this season though, but you need that big 6'4", 6'5" guy to be able to make those types of catches in the red zone. I think that's one thing the Panthers are missing. Defensively, Shaq Thompson's a beast. I think he definitely been one of the better Panthers this year. 3 tackles for a loss. He had 11 tackles. He had a sack. He's played really well this season. You see the pass rush kind of slow down in the second half, especially in that fourth quarter. The pass rush really started to slow down. They did sack Tannehill 4 times. My biggest problem still with the defense, when teams kind of commit to the run, commit to actually running the ball, especially a team with a good enough running back and run blocking offensive line, the Panthers have struggled this season. We're talking about a team that's usually in the top 5, top 10 in terms of run defense, in terms of yards given up. They didn't give up. Well, they gave up a good amount. Obviously, the Titans couldn't run the ball as much as they wanted because of the score. But really, that second half, the beginning of the second half drive kind of showed me, that Panthers run defense isn't as good as it used to be. So that's one thing they're going to have to get better at. I think they're 23rd, 24th or something like that in terms of rushing yards allowed. That's just something that over the last couple of years, you've seen they kind of got worse in that area. Of course, keys to the victory for the Panthers. Christian McCaffrey, and getting turnovers and capitalizing on those turnovers. They had 3 turnovers. They won the turnover battle 3-1. And like I've said this, the turnovers and getting Christian McCaffrey the touches, because the guy just makes stuff happen. Keys to the loss, obviously, for the Titans, the 3 turnovers and the penalties. Just going to it real quick. Third down efficiency, Titans are 3 of 10. The Panthers are 5 of 14. Panthers were 2 and 2 on 4th down. Titans were 1 and 1. The penalties, Titans had 11 penalties for 99 yards. So that's also one of the keys to the loss. 11 penalties, 99 yards. That's a lot. And the Panthers had 6 for 77. Kind of a surprise. Panthers have been getting penalized more so this year than they have in the past. Usually one of the least penalized teams. Time of possession, the Tennessee Titans 26 minutes 43 seconds. Carolina Panthers 33 minutes 17 seconds. Real quick, let me look at the both teams who they play next. The Tennessee Titans actually played the Chiefs. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is gonna play in this game. But like I said, I do like the quarterback change. Mariota's trash. If you're a Titans fan, I know Tannehill isn't the guy because he couldn't even make. The Dolphins didn't even want him, and look at the state they're in. Even though they did get their first win, but Mariota is terrible, and you already know this if you're a Titans fan. And the Panthers have to head to Green Bay to play the Packers. Now the Packers just came off a loss to the Chargers, but definitely a tough out. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. Sorry I was a day late on it. I just had a lot of stuff to do, but this video will probably be up sometime in the afternoon, probably in the morning or something like that. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.